Okay, let's look further into our program design. And today, okay, we will look into one particular design tool called Pseudocode. Okay, the word Pseudocode actually is made up of two words. The word pseudo, which means not real or fake, and the word code, which is your normal coding. Okay, so if you put these two words together, basically it means that it is not a real code. Right? So it falls under just a design tool. It cannot be compiled, it cannot be executed. Okay, so a pseudocode is actually a program design language. Later you will see how it works, but it tries its best to represent algorithm or the logic of the program in a very English-like manner. And unlike the flowchart, okay, it is a lot easier to change, right? Because it is basically text-based, not in diagram. But there are some rules when you are dealing with pseudocodes based on your syllabus. Okay, first of all, it is language independent. The language here basically refer to the programming language. Alright, so it is free of any influence of any programming language. Okay, you still do proper indentation, alright, to make it readable. Okay, and if you're using keyword, we will try to capitalize the letter so that we know that, oh, this is keyword. Punctuations are actually optional, because remember, it is not a real code, so there is no syntax, right? There is no particular syntax. And of course, if you have a if, we end it with an end if. All right, then if you have a do while and do for, we end it with a end do. And normally, we will show the main routine first, or the main subroutine first. Okay, so why do we prefer pseudocode? Okay, for many reasons. First of all, because it provides us a bridge between human language and computer language. Alright, so you can actually translate a pseudocode to a computer language a lot easier. Alright, and it does show logic in a very straightforward manner that almost anyone can understand, even user. Right, so it's easy to understand. It is a very good design tool, and of course we have covered this. It's a lot easier to change text than diagram, and it allows us to perform a structured walkthrough of our design to make sure that it is actually correct, or logically correct. So all these are just some of its key advantages. Now, despite the pseudocode mimics our programming language, right? Although it's independent of programming language, but it still mimics the programming language. Try to restrict yourself to the three basic program construct, which is your sequence, selection, iteration, or loops. Right? Although it is possible to use goto, alright, inside your pseudocode, technically it is permitted, but we try to avoid that because we want a very clean, readable, alright, code. Okay, so we always avoid all these goto, alright. Okay, we just stick to the standard three basic construct, and later on when we translate the pseudocode's logic to our programming, okay, our actual code, right, it will maintain a very clean, nice tree program construct. Okay, and that's what we actually want to stress on.